Hello everybody, welcome or welcome back. So it has been a very long time since I've done a dedicated book haul video, mainly because I was being a lot more consistent with my posts last year. So I would drop in little book hauls in a lot of videos, you know, when I bought 2 or 3 books or 3 or 4 books or 4 or 5 books, I would just be like, hey, little mini book haul. But I've accumulated since pretty much the start of the year a lot of books. TBR's been pretty dry. I've been slumping probably since the end of last year. So I have been trying to buy new books that are exciting me, that I can keep on my TBR and like be excited to read, you know, not just like buying a book to read it in the moment. So I have a nice selection of books to show you here. Some I've already read, and if I've already read, I'm not going to give like a detailed opinion because I think I'm going to do a start of the year wrap up because I haven't done any wrap ups this year. Go through the books. I've like separated them into 3 categories in my own personal mind. I have like pre-YouTube hiatus, it's like February I guess. We have around my birthday, and then we have recent post-birthday purchases. 4 here that I could kind of just hold up at the same time because I went on a little bit of a Mariana Zapata binge. I think I only ended up reading 3 books out of I think 6 books that I bought. I think I showed in my reading reset for 2025 2 Mariana Zapata books I read. Really enjoyed All Roads Lead Here, which I read from those 2. I think I bought Wait For It and All Roads Lead Here. I haven't read Wait For It yet, I need to. But I really loved All Roads Lead Here. So I wanted to get some more of these. I have read From Lukov with Love, read Dear Aaron, and I started When Gracie Met the Grump. Underlock's the only one I haven't gone into yet. And overall, I've really enjoyed my Mariana Zapata reading experience. I think the quality is like very jumpy. When Gracie Met the Grump is one of her newest books, and it was shocking. I couldn't believe what I was reading. Like, I was thinking, All Roads Lead Here, and then we go to this, and I just don't know how that happens. There are some out of these that I really enjoyed. We have Underlock, which you can probably tell from the cover. I think it's about a tattoo artist girl who is moving to a new place, needs a job, gets a job at a tattoo shop, and the owner is like Grumpy King, you know what I mean? So that's the vibes. From Lukov with Love is ice skaters. Jasmine, who we follow, is like a really great ice skater, but she's just never really gotten there, you know what I mean? She's never really gotten that first place prize. It's always the bridesmaid, never the bride. She ends up pairing with Lukov, who is the icon of the skating world, for like one final hurrah kind of thing, and they don't like each other or whatever, blah blah blah. This is just insanity. Superman falls from the sky, question mark, and he is so strange, and she is so strange. And then we have Dear Aaron, which is very different because it's about a girl who signs up to write to a soldier overseas, and yeah, goes from letters to phone calls. No, goes from letters to texts to probably phone calls to like meeting each other, falling in love, all that, blah blah blah. Overall, I would recommend, have really enjoyed, but Gracie Met the Grump is shocking. I'm sorry. Last but not least, the final book, which I consider in this like first category of a while ago I bought, was this book, A Rogue of One's Own by Evie Dunmore. Again, in my 2025 reading reset, I believe I showed the first book in this like interconnected Regency era romance series. I really enjoyed that, so I picked this one up. I haven't read it yet because it starts with like a physical attraction and like physical relationship, and then I'm guessing it's going to become more. I've just not really been in the mood for all that, so I have been putting this one on hold, but I'm sure I will get to it. This one is about Lady Lucy, who we do meet in the first book, and she is running the band of Oxford suffragettes. She's like the person in charge, leading the movement. What am I doing? Leading the movement. Okay, moving on, we have a couple stragglers, which I don't really remember when I bought these 2 books. I think definitely mid slump, so they got kind of left behind. But we have Love Interest by Claire Gilmore and First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. Out of these two, I have read this and read most of this. Put it down, I'm not gonna lie. This is a like workplace romance. I don't really think it's giving rival to lovers, maybe kind of, but not really. I feel like you could print that on the front of the book, but it's more than that, you know what I mean? We have Casey, who is working in Manhattan. The book is set in New York, which is fun. And she is working in like a finance position at this, I think it's like a magazine publication, because it seems to own a lot of different magazines, so it's like a big thing. But she has applied for a project manager position for something that they're starting at this magazine publication, and she gets beat out for the job by, I think it is like the CEO's son or something. So that already, we're starting with tension. That's what we find out from the blurb. It sounds very, very good. I did really enjoy this book. I would recommend it. It is one of those books which is more than meets the eye, in my opinion. Like, I'd put it up there with like a Emily Henry, what's her face, and Annabelle Monaghan. Yeah, really, really enjoyed, but we will get into that more in a wrap up. And then we have First Time Caller, which I was very, very excited about. Like, the sound of this was so interesting to me. So we have Aidan Valentine, who is the host of this romance hotline, and a young girl calls in basically asking for advice for her mother. She's like, my mum is sad and lonely and I think she needs a boyfriend. It becomes this online like sensation. It goes viral and they end up making a segment, I guess, on the show, her looking for love, and then they kind of, I guess, fall in love for it. Yeah, that's what that is. It sounds so good. To me, that sounds so good. I love a workplace like situation. I think that's really fun. You get all the other character dynamics. I like seeing what their jobs kind of entail and like all that, but yeah. Next we have a couple of books that I got for my birthday or picked up on my birthday. So I'm just going to include those. I have definitely been in like a light-hearted romance mood. I feel like I just want like a quick, fun, engaging book because I've been in pretty shitty book slump for a while. Also, we had some like new releases come out. So I got Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I haven't already read this. I did really like it. Abby Jimenez is just an autobiography for me. Any book that she puts out, I'm going to pick up, but this did sound really good. Abby Jimenez always has like a fun meet cute. So their initial meeting is basically we have Xavier, who is a vet and he has a bit of a shit day. He's in a bad mood. And then we have Samantha, who comes in with her little kitten that she's found, and he's just a bit of an asshole, or maybe a little more than a bit of an asshole. Immediately is like very taken with her, asks her on a date. The way that they are with each other, I love. They're so like straightforward, even though they're like kind of bickering and arguing. He'll just go like, would you like to go on a date with me? And she's like, yeah. Which I just kind of loved, the fact that there's no like, no, I am not interested at all. Like we're arguing. I love the realness of like, yeah, you're fucking annoying, but absolutely, I will be going on a date with you. Thank you so much. Amazing, like once in a lifetime date. It lasts all night. It's like something they'll always remember. And the next day, she has to move across the country to go be with her family, who are really in need of her full time support. Situation where we can't really continue. I can't come back and forth. It's just, we can't. But they are so into each other that they want to make it work. Yeah, loved. We will get more into that in a wrap up. I also got Story of My Life by Lucy Score, which is another new release. I haven't read this, but it is a thicky Lucy Score book. I'm not sure if this is going to be like the start of a new interconnected series or what, but it does just kind of sound like another small town situation. Hazel is given a 1-2 punch when she's forced to move out of her Upper East Side apartment and is given a final warning from her publisher. If she doesn't turn in a book by her next deadline, they're cutting her loose. Of course, we have a hot grumpy contractor. Oh, and his animal rescuing community involved family. Vibes. It's one of those which just like look so long, but if you get into it and like enjoy it, it would be so, you know, just the case with every book. But you know what I mean when you have like a long story that's like, I just love these characters, I love being here. So hopefully I like this. Bit different vibes. This was another new release I think I got for my birthday. Fable for the End of the World by Ava Reid. What's the Ava Reid book that I read that I really liked? I think it was A Study in Drowning. By encouraging massive accumulations of debt, a single corporation, Cyrus controls all aspects of society. That's not good. So I guess it's kind of like a dystopian, this is what it will be if we continue to let Jeff Bezos rule the world. Or, you know what I mean? It's one of them, like, they're evil. They're evil! But their mother has secretly accrued enormous debt, and the only way out is to offer her daughter up to be a sacrifice for Caesar's live-streamed assassination event, the Lamb's Gauntlet. This is kind of giving dystopian, like Hunger Games, like Divergent situations. It's giving Hunger Games. It's giving dystopian, Trial, Hunger Games, Divergent, social commentary type beat. Then I did go to the works on my birthday and I bought 3 books because it was 3 for £7.50, which it used to be 3 for £6. Inflation, what's going on? I bought 3 little cute romance books because, like I said, this is kind of where my brain's been going. Easy to read, although I haven't read any of these yet and it's been over a month since my birthday. That is too long because my birthday was yesterday. Whatever. I bought 2 little Lucy Score books, which I've never seen. I think these were published in 2016, so I'm not gonna lie, that doesn't give me the highest hopes for them, but who knows. 2 short little romance books, No More Secrets and Fall into Temptation. I think these are both just like small town romance. Beckett Pierce is the most eligible bachelor in the nosiest small town, of course. He's not looking for romance, but then we have Gianna, who has 2 kids, a useless ex, and a new yoga studio, and the last thing on her mind is also finding a man. But of course she can fantasize about her hot broody landlord. Of course she can. Oh, that was weird. I thought we were talking about 3 different men. It lists fantasizing about a hot broody landlord, mistake. Lusting after the sexy mayor of her new town, terrible idea. Getting naked with the favourite son of her father's new lady friend, N.O. I was like, oh, okay. No, I think it's all one man. This I'm sure is a similar thing. I think this is probably, yeah, this is giving small town guy who is mad at the world. I don't know. I'm not even reading. I'm like, and then big city girl who is coming to small town for whatever reason. Maybe I'll read those. Who knows? This, which was a rogue choice. I don't know. It's called Other People's Weddings by Maisie Yates. The best man is the worst man for her. I don't know. I've never read that particular plot. This might not be the best version of that. There's probably other books that I maybe should have gone to first, but I like the idea of best man and maid of honor hating each other. All the wedding, like, things that you have to do, you know, like, you know, all of the events that you have to do and, like, the back and forth in those and blah, 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 you know. I just thought this could be fun, so I picked it up. These are books that I bought more recently. First things first, we have maybe one of my most anticipated new releases for this year, Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. I have not actually started reading this yet, which is crazy, and I don't have plans to read it. I don't know, I think I'm just gonna pick it up when I really feel like it, because I've been in this slump. I feel like maybe just the way that I want to read has changed. I don't have as much time to read, so a book like this, which I hope I'm really gonna like, I'm gonna save it until I want to read it, you know what I mean? And like, I really want to read it. And what I know about it, I think it's a bit different from her other books in that it's not just the romance. I think we have like a third story that's going on. It kind of gives Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo in that we have this like iconic heiress, famously reclusive heiress. We have this lady whose life is probably very interesting, and two, I guess, journalists who are kind of competing to tell her life story. So I'm guessing we're gonna see a little bit of a romance form between them, see that journey, and then also hear about this woman's life, which is very interesting. So yeah, I'm excited to read this. I've also been really enjoying, I need a little bit of romance in my books, but I have been really enjoying reading books that aren't as centered around romance, that have those other plots coming in. Like Say You'll Remember Me had some really like really interesting plot points. Love Interest had some really interesting non-romance related plot points that I really enjoyed, and like dynamics that I really enjoyed. So I'm hoping that will be the case with this. And this is gorge. She's gorge. Emily Henry really hit the jackpot with the jackpot with these like cover designs. All the other bitches are so mad and jealous because Emily Henry's books like look like this, except for Miss Jessa Hastings. If anybody can outdo the doer, gorge. I got The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. I was talking about this not that long ago, saying like, why is no one talking about the fact that Jessa Hastings is putting out a new book? I feel like no one's talking about it. Since it's come out, I have seen people reading it and stuff, so I feel more sane. But I was like, am I imagining this book existing? Because no one seems to be acknowledging that it exists. It's so gorgy. But yeah, this is Jessa's new release. I think it's in the same world as Magnolia Park's like universe, because I'm pretty sure I heard that there's a mention of like Daisy or something from Magnolia Park's universe. Different people, different, like, I don't think it's really connected like that. We're following Georgia, who is estranged from her family. They sound like dicks. She has to go back and see them because their dad's just died. So I guess we have to do like funeral things and rich people when people die things, whatever those things are. So she returns for the funeral. And she's reunited with her favourite brother, Oliver, who brings his AA sponsor, Sam, with him. And I'm guessing Sam and Georgia form a relationship. But from what I've heard people saying, the romance is there and it's enjoyable, but it's a lot more about family dynamics and like having shit families. So yeah, excited to read that. I don't know when I will. I'm not really in the mood for it now. And also I haven't finished Magnolia Parks. I have 2 books to read. I have The Great Undoing and the last Magnolia Parks book, and I'm not in the mood to read those at all. That will send me into into death. So I don't know when we'll get to this, but she's pretty, so I'm glad I have her. And I just went on another romance binge. I got 2 books by the same author, which I didn't realise that I did until I received them. So we have Ready or Not by Cara Bastone and Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone. I've heard good things about both of these books. Gorgeous covers, so I thought, hey, may as well get through them. I think because I've been buying these like little romances which I read and I'm like, oh, I didn't like those. I want to go through the ones that people hype up a bit more before I go down to the ones, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you'll get something that people don't hype up and you're like, oh wow, that was the start. And then sometimes you're like, oh, I get it why people aren't talking about this. But yeah, now that I'm in the mood for books like this, I wanna get to them. Accidental Pregnancy, Friends to Lovers vibes. And then this, I actually am not sure at all what this is about. How do you find yourself after you lose the one you love the most? Oh no, I hate grief. Well, who doesn't hate grief? But reading about grief is triggering. It's triggering me. 2 books. Then I got this, which I didn't expect to be a hardcover, but I kind of love a hardcover. Ooh, way! Gorgy! That is cute. Summer in the City by Alex Astor. I don't think I've read anything by Alex Astor, but I think she wrote, oh, it's completely left my mind, but it was quite like a TikTok popular famous fantasy or dystopian something series. Ooh, okay. 27-year-old screenwriter Elle has the chance of a lifetime to write a big budget movie set in New York City. That sounds so fun, but she has writer's block. So she goes to NYC for some inspiration, but she hates the city. meets her neighbour Parker Warren. He's a tech billionaire. She hooked up with him in a stairwell 2 years ago. She hates him, but she writes about him. He needs to fake a steady relationship. This could be good. It sounds like we have enemies to lovers, we have fake dating, we have let's be fun for a summer, which is like a fun trope of like, let's go do fun things, and like, this is gonna end, but like, this is fun. Oh, this could be good. Last but not least, Passion Project by London Sperry, who is an author I've never heard of or read anything by, but I've seen this book doing the rounds. People seem to be enjoying it. Bennett Taylor should be living the best years of her life, but she's failing miserably. Emphasis on miserable. Adrift in NYC, she has no direction and no energy to find one. Girl, who can relate? She gets set up on a first date with Henry. She drunkenly confesses that she's not ready to love again and that she doesn't have passion for anything, aka she's like very, very much sad and depressed girl. Not pottery, not sports, nothing. Everything is miserable. And Henry offers to help Bennett uncover her passion for life. Okay, that's a fun trope. You can probably see like a bit of a theme of these like city-based romance, like let's do fun activities and like, you know, I don't know. That's the vibe for the summer, I guess. That's it. That's all the books that I bought. I'm excited to read a lot of these, and I feel like my TBR feels nicely refreshed. I feel like you get like 2 or 3 books sometimes and you read them pretty quickly and you still have the same books just in your long-term TBR. I feel like now I have a really nice selection of books that I'm excited to read that I can put in there, and you know what I mean. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really, really hope you enjoyed. Apologies if I'm a bit rusty. It's been a very long time since I sat down and filmed a video. I think I haven't done that since 2024, some months. Really hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you've read any of these books, your opinions on them. What should I prioritize reading? Thank you for watching, and I will hopefully see you next time.